our favorite zombie drama could revitalize itself with a few key changes. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 things we want to happen in The Walking Dead this season.
It changes now.
You think you got all this on lock?
We need to start talking about making some rules.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. For this list, we're looking at a mix of rumored developments and desired changes that we'd love to see in Season 9. Since we'll be talking about key plot points from Seasons 1 through 8 of The Walking Dead, a spoiler alert is now in effect.
No matter what happens, it's human nature to come together.
Number 10. More development for Daryl. From the moment Daryl appeared with his crossbow in Season 1, he was destined to become a fan favorite.
Best let me go! Nah, I think it's better if I don't.
He's helped his group survive by performing enough badass feats for his own top 10 video. But despite Daryl's long history, he doesn't always get the most nuanced or complex storylines.
Wait, no! You good?
This was especially noticeable in Season 8, where his relentless crusade against the Saviors made him feel one-dimensional. In the past, episodes that have focused on both Daryl's inner turmoil and badass acts have been some of the series' best. We hope he gets to grapple with Walker's and more complex motivations in Season 9.
There's a plan, and everyone's sticking to it. Not everyone.
Number 9. Negan's Escape. If you hear him whistling, you better run. The breakout villain Negan once led the vicious Saviors. Armed with a barbed wire bat and a very twisted sense of humor, he killed beloved characters with a smile. After a long battle, Rick defeated Negan and locked him away. But he might not stay imprisoned forever.
You're gonna be evidence that we're making a civilization.
In the comics, Negan is sprung from jail to help defeat Rick and the villain Alpha. In 2018, actress Samantha Morton was cast as Alpha. While this doesn't mean Negan will be freed immediately, it is a big indicator that his jailbird days are numbered. His escape is a ridiculously exciting and terrifying prospect.
Feels good. Sounds good.
Number 8. A rich and surprising storyline. Although fans were promised all-out war in Season 8, it sometimes felt like a chore to sit through. No matter which character we were following, we got the same formula of an action scene. A few walkers and lots of talking while the plot barely advanced.
Y'all can live if you surrender.
A show about a zombie apocalypse should be anything but predictable. If the writers want to keep us hooked, we need a deep plot with mysteries that will keep us guessing. For example, what's the deal with that helicopter? The writers don't have to completely reinvent the show, but they need to shake up what we're used to.
There's gotta be something else.
Number 7. New characters and actors.
Please.
Whoever's in charge of casting for The Walking Dead knows how to get fans excited. Fantastic Beasts star Dan Fogler, The Hundred's Nadia Hilker, and Agents of S.H.I.E.L.'s Zach McGowan are just a few of the actors that were hired for Season 9. In addition, comic characters like the Archer Yumiko and Connie, who will apparently be deaf in the show, are slated to appear.
She says she was a journalist, but she's just being modest.
While the casting news is promising, each character will need unique traits and motivations to make them stand out.
Well said. Jerry.
If their introductions are anything like the scene-stealing Jerry, then we will welcome these new faces with open arms. Number 6. More female leaders. There's no shortage of strong women on The Walking Dead. From the sword-carrying Michonne to the unstoppable Carol, the female characters on the show have rich backstories and distinct personalities. However, despite their strengths and capabilities, the women aren't always put in positions of leadership.
We need our strength. The ability to defend ourselves better.
They often must choose to side with a male leader or are dragged into the conflict later. With Maggie taking over the hilltop and those whispers of a new female villain, it seems like the power may be shifting away from the men this season. If it does, we could be in for exciting plot lines centered around women in charge.
Rick's walking into a trap. We'll need the bullet order filled by tomorrow morning.
Number 5. Angela Kang running the show. Scott Gimple has been The Walking Dead's showrunner since Season 4. So if you're still mad about the infamous Negan cliffhanger, we have good news. Executive producer Angela Kang has become the new and first female showrunner of The Walking Dead. In addition to producing, she's written great episodes like Judge, Jury, and Executioner and The Cell. Kang's long history with the show and creative chops leave her more than qualified to take over. But what fans really want is to see her bring a new perspective that makes The Walking Dead feel fresh again. Kang's historic promotion could lead to an exciting future for the franchise.
Are we pissing our pants yet?
Number 4. A good return for Shane. When Rick was forced to kill his best friend Shane, we witnessed one of the series' most memorable and heartbreaking moments.
Damn you for making me do this shit!
So, when reports spread that Jon Bernthal would return as Shane in Season 9, fan theories started to fly. Since Shane was killed and then put down again as a walker back in Season 2, he can't physically appear in the current timeline. That means he must return in a flashback, dream, or hallucination. In the past, Rick has seen and heard people who aren't really there, after suffering extreme trauma. If Shane returns when Rick is at his lowest point, it could lead to another iconic scene. Number 3. Major character deaths. For a show that's all about death, the main cast does a great job of avoiding it. Outside of Carl's shocking and sudden demise, most of the people that perished in Season 8 were supporting characters or villains. Although our favorite people came back every week, the show's stakes didn't feel as high when everyone was able to escape death regularly.
Hey, we're here to help. It shouldn't just be you. I don't die.
If the writers kill off a few major characters this year, the show will feel more tense and narrow down the storylines. As long as the death serves the story, and they leave Daryl and Michonne alone, we'll recover. Number 2. The arrival of the Whisperers. After a handful of appearances in Season 6, the Saviors were the main antagonists for 2 years.
Negan's alive. But his way of doing things is over.
Since Rick brokered peace with them in Season 8, our heroes need a new enemy to keep things interesting. Casting news and trailers suggest the Whisperers will creep into the main villain role. In the comics, the Whisperers wear the skins of walkers to blend into the Horde and protect the undead from harm. The horrific group was responsible for the deaths of beloved survivors like Rosita and Ezekiel. Although the show doesn't always follow the comics beat for beat, the Whisperers still sound like a huge threat. Before we attack our top pick, here are some honorable mentions.
Before it begins.
But it's not like that anymore. We're building. We're growing. Still ready to deal with this world on its own terms.
Number 1. Proper send-offs for Rick and Maggie. Over the last 8 years, Andrew Lincoln has shown us that Rick Grimes will do whatever it takes to keep his loved ones safe from harm. At the same time, Lauren Cohan transformed Maggie Rhee from a farmer's daughter into a warrior and leader. After 8 seasons of bringing their incredible talent to the show, both actors will reportedly leave it in Season 9. Whether it's through death or another means, their characters deserve seriously memorable send-offs.
The future is ours. The world is ours.
It should all be emotional, fitting, and leave an impact on the rest of the series that matches the tremendous impact Rick and Maggie have already left on fans.
We won't get weak. That's not in us anymore.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.